The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, welcome to the program. My arms are outstretched to you. Come on, give me a big hug. So crazy. That was a bad idea. Welcome to the program. Come a little bit closer to your TV. Don't be scared. I won't hurt you much. I'm in a mood, okay? Anyway, what do you want to talk about? Oh, man. All right, I've talked about this before. All right, listen to me. Just listen to me. Why aren't there any buffets anymore? That used to be the greatest part of life. When I was younger, they called it a smorgasbord. They didn't call it a buffet. It was the Swedish word, I believe it's Swedish. Smorgasbord, it's a little bit of everything, and you fill your plate with all different kinds of things, like a tapas palooza. Then they started calling it a buffet, and then, but wonderful idea. Then COVID hit like a sledgehammer on a piece of bacon. And all of a sudden, people eating off the same plate or the same area was like, you can't do it. And then COVID ended. I'm not seeing anybody walking around with a COVID mask, I'll call it a COVID mask, anymore at all, except for some people. I get it. Maybe they have a little bit of flu or COVID and they want to protect themselves against you or against you getting their whatever. So I respect the mask, always respect the mask. But basically, you can go to movie theaters, plays, restaurants. No one's wearing a mask in close contact with each other. It's crazy. They don't even wear masks in strip clubs. I was told that. So here's the thing. What's the problem with buffets? In many of the towns, I'll name some of the towns that used to do this. I know that Randolph used to do this. I know that Easton, I don't know where Easton is. Where is that? I've heard about that town. They used to have a thing in the spring where it was a taste of Easton. I don't know how tasty Easton would actually be. It would be tastier than Swampscott or Athol. Hey, would you like to come to a taste of Athol? No, I think I'll pass on that particular event. But a taste of Easton, they used to have it every year, usually at Massasoit Community. No, that's not where it was. It was usually at that Stonehill place. They had it there. And there were vendors, banks, and community service organizations, and the high school jazz band would play, and they had the hospitals giving you free bags and free gauze, that kind of thing. And then restaurants in the area, even outside of Easton, would come in and you'd taste stuff. I remember I went to one of them, and one of the restaurants, I can't remember the name of it, but I did go there. They had this lobster kind of stuff, and it was really good. And I went to that restaurant like a few months later, and I actually ate there because of what I was tasting at that particular taste of Easton. Is it Easton? Yeah. It works, and I saw neighbors and friends, acquaintances actually, small conversation, that kind of thing, and it was just a good feeling, and it was pleasurable, and it was community, and it was social. It was nice. Then COVID hit, then COVID was gone, and nobody wearing masks anymore, everybody going to close, tight-knit places again, but no more taste of Easton. Why not? What's your excuse? Why not? Can we get back to life the way it used to be? That was a good community event. And you'd figure during Easton's 900th birthday, whatever that hell of thing was. They bring that back, but they didn't. There used to be one in Brockton. Where's Brockton? In Maryland? What? It's in Massachusetts, near Easton? Oh. They used to have a big thing at what used to be the Christos 2, I think they call it. That was before they got rid of Christos 2. They didn't even got to Christos 3 or 4 or 5. They didn't even got that far. But that was a big event too. What happened to these social gatherings of the town to celebrate the town and the people in it? That was a gathering place for that. And it wasn't like tickets were $300 like they are for these other gala events. I mean, basically everybody could afford that once a year, their little $20 thing to eat a lot of food. Come on, man. Get it together. So I'm a little chagrined about that. I'm not sure about how the town of Easton manages their money or their concepts or anything like that. I'm not putting you down because I'm not on any of your committees or anything. I will be if you'd like me to be, but I don't think you would. I don't know how you handle your funds, but you keep saying that you need overrides to pay for things. How about basically managing things better with what you have and not wasting it on contracts that could have been lower, etc.? Supervision, oversight, that kind of thing. Get more people involved here so mistakes don't happen. You may not know what I'm talking about. I may not know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, override? No. So get it together, man. All right, that's my gripe session. Now I've got half of Easton on my butt because I'm complaining about something. That's not why I came here. I've been doing this here for over 10 years in this studio or somewhere in here. So, give me a break. What do you want from me now? What do you want? As I'm recording the show today, it's very cold outside. I think it's going to be a high of 15 degrees. That's never high. 15 is not high. 15 is rather low. And it's cold. And I said to my wife, I'm going to a warmer place. Let's move to Argentina. And she said, not a good idea. So I'm not doing it. But I thought that'd be a good idea because it's warmer there at least. Anyway, fine, whatever. What do you want to talk about now? I was watching TV. I was a TV kid. I loved TV when I was growing up. Ended up actually being in it professionally. Own a media company myself, so I really got into the TV thing. But I was weaned off of myself, basically. I watched a lot of TV when I was a little kid. I won't tell you how old I am. I'm older than 23. Let's start there. Older than 23 and younger than 257. Somewhere in there. But when I was a little kid, we didn't have flat screen TVs. The world was flat, but the TVs were not. They were boxes, and there were tubes inside the boxes, and they heated up. And if you touched the top of your TV set, they called it TV set. If you touched the top of it, your hand would burn. It was really hot. I was amazed that TVs weren't exploding all over the planet, but I don't know. But they had these tubes in it, and the tubes would heat up and stuff like that. And there was no such thing as cable. There was nothing like that. Everything that you watched on television, and there weren't that many stations. Maybe there were 7. I grew up in the New York City area. We had 7 TV channels, and that was a lot for that time back in the 15th century. And no, there was no cable or that kind of thing. Cable companies, I don't understand them. I think the 2 biggest ones are Comcast and Verizon. Both of them, customer service-wise, suck so deeply you can't even reach the depth of their suckiness in customer service. You can't get close to how bad they are in customer service. Any company that you get a recording when you call from a robot that says, we're experiencing unusual high call volume, that recording is like 7 years old now. That was a COVID recording. Since then, they never rehired more customer service people. They farmed out customer service to either the Philippines or some little town in India. And I don't understand how that happened. Just all of a sudden, no more customer service, no more friendly people, no more human beings answer the phone. That's almost impossible. You find me a company where a human being answers the phone, like a real one, and says, "How can I help you?" You got my business. I don't care if your service sucks. I want your customer service business. Your product can just be okay, but if you give me great customer service, I'm yours. I'm yours. Anyway, that's not the point. So, Xfinity, why do these companies make up words and then they brand them and then we're supposed to accept that as being what that is? Xfinity? There's no such thing. How long have you been here? I've been here for Xfinity. You mean for infinity? No. I have an Xfinity pool. You mean you have an infinity pool? That's not, Xfinity is not a word. It doesn't mean anything. Well, do you have FiOS? I don't know what you just said. Is that some type of a disease? Does that have to do with arthritis? Or what is FiOS? That's Fiber Optic Institution of America. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But we made that up too. You got FiOS? You got Xfinity? How about speaking English? Anyway, when I was growing up, we didn't have that stuff. There was an antenna on top of the TV set. It sat there. It was a little thing, no higher than maybe a foot high, and then they had these sticks that came out of it, and you could bend them and send them in different directions, and the signal would change on the TV. And they called them rabbit ears. I've seen rabbits. Their ears don't look like that. They're a little thicker and a little shorter. I don't know why they call these. They should have called them antelope rams or maybe lobster feelers. I don't know why they called them rabbit ears, but they did. And I remember my father, I was my father's go-between, which meant I go between everything there was and everything he didn't want to do. That was the definition of go-between. He said, Ronnie, he said, could you go up and fix the antenna, point the antenna, the left rabbit ear toward the fireplace near the mantle, then put your arm up like that and stick your finger out, not too high, just kind of low. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, now we're getting the station in perfectly. Don't move. Don't move. I want to see this part. Don't move. And then we would change the channel, and he'd say, okay, Ron, now take your left elbow and stretch it over toward that chair in the corner. Okay, right. Now take your head and move it a little bit toward it. Now don't move. No, okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. The signal's coming in beautifully. Oh, don't move. Don't move. Don't move. That's how he lived. That's how he got entertained. It was unbelievable. So I'm watching TV, as I always have all my life. I'm watching TV, and every time I'm watching a comedy show, which I love to watch because it takes me off of reality, and right now reality is so horrible that I need to be taken away continually from it. Send me off to a buffet, perhaps. I'd be happy. So I'm watching TV to escape, laughing, having a good time with the situation, comedy show, whatever, and then a commercial comes on which outlines all the possible diseases I can get. Do you have cancer? Do you have fibromyalgia? Is your leg hurt? Is your head about to fall off? Is your cholesterol too high? Is your cholesterol too low? Do you have heart disease? Do you have diabetes? Too much sugar? Not enough sugar? How do you feel about water? Overextending yourself? Not overextending yourself. Exercise? Not exercise. It's terrible. It's naming every. Your eyes are going bad. You won't be able to see. We need injections in your eyes all of a sudden. You're getting old. You can't go to the bathroom anymore. Or you're peeing way too much. It's one or the other. I can't go to the bathroom. Well, I'm peeing too much. Maybe we should meet in the middle somewhere. All of a sudden, my entire life from the comedy show has turned into a disease fest. All the things I can get, and if I get them, this is what may work for you. And as they're telling me how these drugs and medications could work for me in order to relieve these horrible symptoms, some of those side effects could cause death. Sophie's Choice. There was one commercial for some type of medication. I believe it was Repatha. I don't know what a Repatha is. It doesn't sound like anything else I could possibly know about. Ron, do you have Repatha? I don't know what it. I have maybe a little path. Repatha? Does that mean I've had path? But I want it again, like a Repatha thing? Apparently, Repatha is for high cholesterol. I thought that was Lipitor. I thought you take a few tablets and you go to bed and that's it. You know, and that lowers your bad cholesterol. I don't know. Repatha is an injection. Why? Is America becoming like really possessed with injecting themselves? I don't understand that. But whatever. I mean, I would go for gummies if that were the case, but whatever. Then after they tell you how this Repatha can take care of all your cholesterol problems, then they say all the things that Repatha can cause as side effects and worse. And worse usually involves death. Repatha can, you take it for high cholesterol, it can actually give you too low cholesterol or even higher cholesterol than you thought was high to begin with. I'm so confused with this. I'm so confused. Most of the medications on TV, not all of them, but most of them, probably all of them, they can cause, as an end result, a worse situation than when you began before you took this stuff. Do you understand what I just said? I don't think you do. Now, on this Repatha commercial, specifically, it warned you. There was a warning involved with taking Repatha to lower your cholesterol. And that is, don't take Repatha if you're allergic to it. How do I know if I'm allergic to Repatha unless I take Repatha? I never took a Repatha test at the doctor's office. So if I take Repatha and then I'm allergic to Repatha, I'm going to get sick from the very Repatha that I just took. And where do you go when you go to your doctor and say, oh my God, I'm sick? Well, are you allergic to Repatha perhaps? Perhaps I am. What should I do? Stop taking Repatha. Oh, I never thought of that. Wow. Maybe I'll just take Lipitor in a pill form. Good idea. I don't. And have you ever gone to a doctor and said, Doctor, I saw this commercial on TV. Can you get me this drug? Ron, no, that's not how this works. If you have a certain condition, we already have medication that we use for that we prescribe. I'm not going to prescribe that because you came walking in and saw a commercial on television. I don't understand that whole thing. But I move on. How much time do I have left? A little less than 10 minutes? Fine. I've become a little bit obsessed in my quest to get out of reality that I cannot handle anymore. I've become obsessed with words that I don't understand. A lot of my age, which is, again, over 23, but less than 250. Oh, by the way, this year we're celebrating America's 250th birthday. Why don't we do that with the destruction of democracy? Hey, there's an idea. Okay. Anyway, I digress. We can agree to disagree, can't we? No? Okay. I'm fascinated by words that lost their meaning, and I blame this basically on Michael Jackson. I know he's no longer with us, and I'm not speaking ill of him. He just started screwing with words, and I think it's his fault, basically. Specifically Michael Jackson. Not the other 4 Jacksons. I'm talking about Michael Jackson. I'm not talking about Randy Jackson. I'm talking about Michael Jackson. He took the word bad, which I, through my entire life, it meant that something was not good. It was not good. He took the word bad and he decided in his Michael Jackson kind of thing, he said, bad is going to mean good now. You can't do that, Michael. Oh, I can. Oh, yes, I can. And he did. So he walked, he did this song, I'm bad, I'm bad. Yeah, you are bad because you started changing the meanings of words. So I actually had people say to me, Ron, you got to go see that movie. It's bad. Well, then I'm not going to go see it. No, it's bad, man. It's bad. Go see it. It's bad. Why do you want me to see a bad movie? Because it's bad. Flip side, when someone says, Ron, you got to go see this movie. It's really good. I should see it? No, you shouldn't see it. It's really good. See, it doesn't work the other way around. So Michael Jackson just screwed me up that way. There are other words that just kind of changed everything. Well, let's take a couple of words. I think the basic word that really throws me is garnish. Garnish means the opposite of itself. It's the same word, and yet it means the opposite of itself. For example, hey, that's a wonderful looking dinner. Yes, I'm going to put some parsley and some herbs on top. I'm going to garnish it with parsley and herbs. Oh, you're going to add things to it to make it better. Yes, I'm going to garnish it. Or they could garnish your wages. Are you going to put parsley on top of my wages? Are you going to add more money to my wages? No, we're going to garnish your wages. We're going to take money out. Whoa, wait a minute. Opposite meaning. Yeah. How about guys? The word guys. I've actually seen a group of women walk into a room and they are greeted by another woman. All women here. And the woman sees these gaggle of women coming toward her and she says, Hi, guys. Are you blind? Those are not guys. They are lacking the male organ. Those are girls. Those are ladies. Those are women. Hi, guys. Hi. How you doing? What's wrong with you? You're not guys. We haven't done the unisex thing to the point where you are now guys. So somebody, somewhere, just decided, I'm going to call all human beings guys. It doesn't make any sense. How about the word bound? Bound. B-O-U-N-D. That's how you spell bound. Well, I am Florida bound. It is cold here during the winter. I am Florida bound. Oh, what does that mean? I'm on my way. I am free. I am out of here. I am bound for another place. Or it could mean, hey, I'm bound. They bound and gagged me. They bound and tied me up. I can't move. I'm not free. I'm restricted. How can bound mean the same? One is restricted and the other is, I'm gone. I'm on my way. I'm free. Bound. I understand. I have to look at my notes. I'm running out of words here. Oh, oversight. Mm-hmm. Yes, we have a new manager. We've been losing a lot of money here in the school department. And this is just an example. And we're going to need some oversight here. We're going to need managerial, someone to look over all of this and kind of watch out for it. We're going to need some oversight. Okay, I understand what that means. I'm sorry, I wasn't managing this well. It was an oversight on my part. An oversight? Yes, I was an oversight. I didn't see it. It was an oversight. My bad. It was an oversight. So how can oversight mean both things? Oversight means seeing everything, taking charge. Oversight means, I'm sorry, I missed it. I made a mistake. It was an oversight. What are you doing? What are you doing to me? What else is on my list here? Bolt. The word bolt. B-O-L-T. Bolt. As in Michael Bolton. A bolt is something that you put on a door. I can't open the door. It's bolted. Wow. Can't open it all? No, it's bolted. Can't open it. Hey, I'm out of here. I'm bolting it. I'm out of here. Well, how can you be out of here when the bolt secures you? You're going to bolt. You're going to leave. Those are opposite again. Same word, opposite meanings. I don't know. I think they're called, I wrote this down, they're called contronyms. Yeah. I guess at some point in our history, we ran out of words. We just ran out of them. Now we have to start assigning different meanings to the exact same word. Spelled the same, pronounced the same, exactly the same word, but they have two different meanings. Let's make it even worse. Same word, same pronunciation, different meanings, but they're the opposite of themselves. Oh man, now you're blowing my mind, Michael Jackson. Do you understand what I'm saying now? We've lost it. We've always lost it. We always have. I picture two pandas, or two innocent domestic little animals, and they're able to talk to each other. And one animal says to the other animal, you know, those human beings, until they came along, everything was fine. Then humans got involved, and they, for some reason, destroyed themselves. Humans are good at coming up with ways to make things horrible for themselves. Humans have this talent of self-destruction. They develop things that they think are good for them, but in reality, they turn out being bad for them. Just like Michael Jackson said. I'm out of time for today. You can reach me on ronvandam.com, newenglandbroadcasting.com. We're on all the major platforms. We're on some syndicated stations across the country. Join me next week. Well, I'll sit in the chair and I'll do this thing for this town. You don't want to hear this. So whatever. I wish you peace.